Hi, my name is Zac Shaw, and I was diagnosed with Stargardt's disease when I was 13 years old. I got into sport when I was about 14, and although I got diagnosed when I was 13, my vision started to actually deteriorate when I was 9, and it took quite a while for me to actually get diagnosed. When I was in school, I was 14, I was in year 9, and my teacher came up to me and he said, have you ever thought about trying para sport or disability sport? And I kind of laughed. I didn't really think he was being serious. And then he said, "Oh no, seriously, there's something you can try out. It's called Playground to Podium." So I just went with it. I was like, okay, but I didn't really see myself as having a disability. So I go down to this local sports hall in Grimsby, where I'm from. We just did some just easy stuff, and from there I kind of thought, oh, maybe I do have a disability, and maybe I can take this a little bit more seriously. So from there, I went to so many trial days in Sheffield and Hull, and eventually they kind of said, yeah, you should start training and see where you go and try and compete. And at this point, it was before the 2012 Paralympic Games, so the whole hype around the sport hadn't have actually kicked off. So I went to the track, and if I'm honest, I did a session and I felt dizzy, I felt sick, I thought it was going to be easy, and I remember my mum paid £40 for a year's membership, and I think I used it for 2 weeks, and I felt so bad about it, but I couldn't do it. Like, I thought it was going to be easy. I was like, you run 100 meters. Why do you need to train for that? So at the time, I just wasn't mature enough to train, so I didn't. And it was when I watched London when I was 16 at the time, and that inspired me. But again, I tried to train and just wasn't mature enough. And then I got to 18 years old, and I went to the track, and I was like, do you know what? I'm going to commit to this time. I'm going to take it serious. I'm going to do everything I can do, because at the time I thought 18 was old. I thought 18 was too old to get involved in sport. And I did hesitate, and I did have some doubts whether I'd missed the boat. And I did have regrets that I should have started it when I was 14. So what I did was, from day one, I made sure I wasn't just training on the track once a week. I made sure I was training on the track 2 or 3 times a week. I made sure I was going to the gym near enough every single day. I made sure that I booked appointments with nutritionists, with sports massage, with everything. So from day one, I was like, if I'm going to be good at this, I have to start as an elite athlete. I have to start training like I want to be where I'm going to be. Because I was like, why would I wait 5 years, get a call up for Great Britain, and then find out I hadn't done the base work 5 years prior? So I had my dream in my mind, and my dream was to go to Rio, the Paralympic Games. So I started training in end of 2013. 2014 was a good season for me. Nothing amazing. I got a silver medal at one of the national games, and that was a really big thing for me. Although it was only national, that was huge. Like, it gave me so much confidence. And then the year after, I leveled up again, going into 2015. Everything I was doing the year before, I made it more serious. I had a training diary. I made sure I got massaged more often. I made sure my nutrition was on point. I made sure not only was I going to the gym, I was doing the right things in the gym. So much stuff. So then, thankfully, the end of 2015, I got my first call up for the World Championships to represent Great Britain. And I cannot explain to you how much I cried when I got that phone call. Like, it was something I never thought I'd ever achieve. So to be able to have that Great Britain vest given to me was honestly the biggest dream come true. I came sick at the World Champs that year, and that was crazy. I was only 20 years old, so it was such a big thing for me. And then, going from there, I trained for Rio, and it was tough because I didn't get selected. And that was very difficult to take. That honestly, I describe it as like a breakup. It's like you're in a relationship with sport, and it's like the sport like breaks your heart, and it genuinely does feel like a breakup. But not getting selected was a blessing in disguise, because it made me so much more resilient, not just in sport, in life as well. So from there, I actually said, I remember that day saying that I'm going to go to Tokyo. I was like, I'm not, this is Rio, it's fine. I was like, by the time I go to Tokyo, we're 25 years old. I was like, I'm going. So been on a whirlwind since then. Been to World Championships, Commonwealth Games, Europeans. Managed to win a medal or two, and I thought I set myself up in a great place to get selected for Tokyo, which takes me back to 6 weeks ago. So it's still a little bit raw, but I wait for that phone call, and I get the phone call, and I was 60% sure I was going to go. I thought I'd done enough. I'd ranked 6th in the world. I just won a medal at Europeans. I thought I'd done enough. And she said, we're not selecting you, but you are first reserve for the team. She said, if anyone gets injured, you're going. So it was a very long 3-week wait, having to train as if I'm going to go, plan as if I'm going to go, but be told that I'm not going at the same time. And it was a very tough 3 weeks, to be honest. And yeah, it's been tough to watch everyone at Tokyo, and the time that won a bronze medal is the exact same time what I ran 4 weeks ago. So it's tough to know that because the selectors had a certain criteria and wanted to select other people, it takes an opportunity away from someone else. Maybe more deserving, maybe less deserving. I guess it's down to discretion. But yeah, which leads me on to mental health and sport, because being visually impaired can knock your confidence like a lot. I remember when I used to struggle to go into a supermarket by myself, or just anything. If you're visually impaired, or you know someone who's visually impaired, or you're related to someone, you know the struggles and how much it knocks your confidence. And for me, that's why I got into sport, because when you're on the start line, everyone's equal. 8 people on the start line. You all have 4 limbs. You can all run to the finish line. So for me, that was the biggest confidence booster, knowing that I can go to a place where I am equal to everyone else, and I'm not at a disadvantage in a way where I would be in normal life. So for me, sport gave me so much confidence, and I made so many friends along the way. And since then, I've met so many visually impaired people that are athletes, or people in wheelchairs, or amputees, or people with multiple sclerosis. I've met so many people with different disabilities, and it has given me such a good view on the human race, if I'm honest, and how much sport can help you. Physiologically, you can look scientifically. There's so much evidence to show endorphins and all of that. But genuinely, my one bit of advice would be to anyone with a visual impairment is you can do it. If you need a guide, that's fine. There's organizations that will help you find a guide. But I would definitely recommend, even if you're going to a gym with a friend, or going for a run around the block with your friend, or even if it's not that, even if you're just going for a walk, exercise is so important to helping mental health. Just that's my one bit of advice I'd give with this. So please, if you can take anything away from this, is that I know from first-hand experience, living with macular disease for 15 years, that, or well over half my life, that it can knock your confidence and your mental health in so many ways. Depression, anxiety, it is. But please, if you can take one thing from this, it's get involved in sport, try your best, and try and challenge yourself, because you never know where it'll take you.